Yo, what's up, everyone? Today I'm going to be doing One Piece chapter 989. I can't imagine losing. And for the cover page, looks like Pound is showing some family heirloom thing. Could be proof. And with that, they might believe that he's actually their father, but never mind. Still boring, boring cover story. I don't really give a damn about that. Let's actually get onto the chapter. So I thought this chapter was really excellent, especially in showing off the Straw Hat crew. We've not really seen the Straw Hat crew have a bit of a spotlight in a while, actually. Just the crew in itself. But it's quite a good chapter. So I had theorized that Big Mom could turn back into Olin with her amnesia, but luckily Frankie's truck did not turn her back into that mode. That would have been kind of annoying if she went back into amnesia mode, but instead just knocked her out for a little bit anyway. That's pretty funny. And yeah, it's quite a chaotic chapter with everyone just running around, a lot of moving pieces, but you can see that Big Mom is pretty pissed. And I think the MVP for this chapter was definitely Frankie. He starts off the chapter by hitting Big Mom in the face with his little rhino truck, and he even points the radical beam at Big Mom. He's got balls of steel, literally. That's a pretty funny joke, anyway. And I thought it was pretty cool. What Frankie says as well. Uh, where Nami's she tells Frankie we need to run away from Big Mom because obviously Big Mom is quite a scary person, especially to someone like these people. Anyone who's not Luffy wouldn't really stand a chance. But yeah, Frankie, he even says, "Run away from Emperor. See, you're even trying, Nami." He even questions Nami. Do you want to make a captain the king of the pirates or not? So I really like Frankie's resolve in this. Willing to stand up and fire a radical beam at Big Mom anyway. And even Big Mom looks a bit worried about that radical beam in terms of like uh, it being pointed at her because she could take a gear 3 uh, and pretty much scrub it off like it's nothing. But the radical beam kind of got her worried. In this small panel, we see she even holds up a little one of her little what do you call him? One of her homies, kind of to protect her from the radical beam. But instead of shooting the radical beam at Big Mom, he ends up shooting it at one of the numbers because they're holding on to where Usopp and Chopper is anyway. And we're slowly but surely seeing more of these numbers, and I think we might eventually get number one. That's what I'm hoping for, and that guy could be really strong. That person, I mean, whoever that character is, I feel like especially with the whole card theme for Kaido's crew, number one being the ace is also considered the strongest as well. So that could be quite interesting to see that if we do see if number one is like the stronger than king and queen anyway, that'd be very interesting. Like the ace in the whole kind of thing. But let's see what happens. But these things are pretty huge anyway. And we also get a bit more information on the numbers. So I thought that was pretty cool. So they're from Punk Hazard apparently, and these are failed experiments at attempts at ancient giants. So I like the fact that there's a distinction between giants and ancient giants. So I'm guessing ancient giants are like Oars and Oars Junior, whereas like normal giants are like the ones we've met in Little Garden and Ennis Lobby, those kind of giants. So interesting, and it's kind of obviously a Big Mom would be quite knowledgeable about that since she is trying to collect all of the races. So she'd definitely be trying to look to recruit one of these into her kingdom anyway. And with that, I really wanted to see what would have happened if Frankie hit Big Mom with a radical beam, but he just ends up hitting a random number anyway. And so far, these numbers are pretty fodder type anyway. They just seem like a empowered minion. They're not really formidable as I would assume they would be quite formidable, but they're not really. And I really enjoy uh, the Straw Hat crew take on Big Mom. So just before Frankie gets striked in the back, Jimbe actually does a little karate throw, like a little judo throw, and the bit of combo as well, little synergy with Robin, and she rolls him off the cliff. So with that, Big Mom is out of the picture for a little bit anyway. And I'm not even mad about that because in terms of power one v one, I don't really expect any of the Straw Hat crew to do anything to Big Mom, but them kind of working together to deal with Big Mom is pretty reasonable in terms of power levels anyway, and I'm not even mad about it. It makes a lot of sense. But yeah, so Big Mom's out of the picture for now, and the only thing Luffy wants to do is go fight Kaido because that's kind of his main thing. And we see him kind of like rock it up anyway. And we even see Zoro come out of nowhere and he's ready to join. But obviously, Queen and King are not going to let Luffy have his way. And there's even more Devil Fruit users as well. So at this point, they need to beat King and Queen before Luffy can make it to Kaido. And at that point, the main force might already be decimated. So let's see what happens. And another thing that's quite interesting is Sanji, his defense has gone up with this raid suit, as he comments how sturdy his suit is. So it's kind of like what do you call it? A backhand compliment. He doesn't like it, but he's quite impressed with how sturdy he is. So it looks like it took minimal damage from that hit from King. So that's interesting to see. And it looks like Frankie's going into his little General Frankie mode as well. So I want to see how that matches up with everyone here. And um, and the final panel looks pretty cool. It's got the whole Straw Hat crew reunited with Jinbei as well as the new member. And I gotta say, it looks pretty hype. This picture. And yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see how what the Straw Hat crew. I want to put emphasis on the crew because it's been a while since they've actually worked together because they always end up splitting together. So I want to see how they can overcome King and Queen because I can definitely see Luffy and Zoro uh, getting up while everyone else kind of deals with King and Queen. So I'm really looking forward to the next chapter, and it should be hyped. And yeah. Oh, I almost forgot about Brooks' interaction with Big Mom. Let's go back. I thought that was quite interesting as well. Where is it? Well, let me find it. Okay. Uh-huh. Oh, I can't find it. I think that might have been the previous chapter actually. But nevertheless, yeah, this was a solid chapter. Enjoyed it a lot, and it's kind of bringing back a bit of nostalgia to when the Straw Hat crew actually worked together. They don't really work together that much nowadays, anyway. It's mainly the Luffy show with someone assisting him now and then. But yeah, this is One Piece at its finest. I'm really looking forward to the next chapter. See you guys.